Hi everybody! Today's recipe is truly amazing because we all need cookies sometimes, and these ketogenic ones can be prepared with just 3 ingredients, and if you want, also without any sweetener. So let's go together. To prepare these delicious low-carb, high-fat cookies, you will need only 300 grams almond flour, like this one, a teaspoon of vanilla seeds, but you can use also the extract or the vanilla flavor, then 150 grams soft butter, and if you want, but we will not use it, some sweetener. Let's start by mixing all the ingredients together. This looks like an easy task, but it's the most difficult because you must pay a lot of attention to the butter. It must be soft but not completely liquid, because in this way it will keep all the ingredients together and they will not separate when you will cook the cookies. If you have a mixer for the dough, like the KitchenAid, you can clearly use it and it's even better. But I don't have it, so I will use my blender. And it will come out very good anyway. The important thing is that the mix should look like this. One entire mix that you can work with, not separate. So let's go on with the recipe. Now you will need 2 pieces of saran paper, one that will go under your dough and another one that will go on it. I highly suggest you to put also a thin cardboard like the one I'm using, a plastic one, underneath, because this will go into the fridge and it will be easier to work with. So let's do this. This dough must be flattened like a pizza, so we can use the second piece of saran paper to help with this job. I promise you that if you follow exactly this tip, it will be so much easier and you can use your hand without getting the dough in your fingers. Now it must rest for at least 3 hours into the fridge. Meanwhile, we can choose the shape. Today we are going to prepare flowers-shaped cookies. Now it's time for some handcraft. So if you have a kid, this is a perfect moment to enjoy together because it's really fun to create many little flowers. More and more children around the world are following a ketogenic diet, mostly for epilepsy, and in Stockholm at Karolinska Hospital there is a medical keto team that helps all family like ours. But it doesn't mean we must be sad, because this way of eating, like in our case, gave to many kids a new and healthy life. Our daughter is affected by Glycogen Storage Disease type 5, so she cannot use stored glycogen to move her muscles. But fats converted into ketones are an alternative source of energy. Now she still has this ultra-rare genetic disease, but she doesn't have the symptoms, and this is truly amazing. So I'm happy to celebrate it in every dish. And what's better than cookies, right? After just 10 minutes at 160 degrees Celsius, that are approximately 320 Fahrenheit, you will have these amazing cookies, but you cannot touch them until they will cool down completely, because if you move them, they will break. So now we must wait. As you probably noticed, we had some more dough, so I will show you how to prepare other cookies if you don't have a cookie cutter, because you can also do some little nice balls and you don't need anything but your hands. A useful tip is to keep the dough until the very last into the fridge, because it will be so much easier to work with it. Now I will cut with a pizza cutter because I never use it anymore, so I want to use for the cookies. But you don't even need that. You just can break a little piece of dough or use a normal knife. Now the recipe is exactly the same like for the flour, so into the oven for 10 minutes at 160 degrees Celsius or 320 degrees Fahrenheit. Then leave these little balls to cool down before even touching them. But there is a little surprise with these balls because they will turn out very differently, so keep watching. Look how beautiful they are. It's really a pity that you are not in my kitchen now, because it really smells like a bakery, like a pastry shop. So I'm looking forward to eating both of them. As you probably notice watching the sun, sometimes is past, so now they are completely cold and I can touch the cookies without breaking them. And here's the surprise, our little balls have a flattened part, so you can fill two of them with dark chocolate and you will have a traditional Italian cookies called baci di dama, that means kisses of the lady. So just try that version too if you want to have an extra special treat. The second good surprise is that those cookies can be frozen, so don't worry if they are too many and enjoy them during the next month. I really hope you liked today's recipe and you will consider subscribing to my channel. See you here with a ketogenic video in English every Monday, but also with the same video in Spanish on Wednesday and in Italian on Friday. Thank you all and see you next week!